Sometimes you just want to know bad idea. For example, you go out and go to party with your friends and you have to work the next day. You know that your friends want to work with you, but you can't seem to say no. Your friend's goal is to make you so drunk so you will have a shitty day the next day. You have an awesome night, but the next day is just awful. And this idea can just lead to a bad week. Well, I got this bad idea where my week would be ruined. And it all started with just one day to do this. I have been working for a lot of time, where my body just feel like it was exhausting and it had some pain. So I decided not to do anything at all. And you know what? I actually did nothing at all. So when I got home, I got into the rabbit hole of watching YouTube. My plan was just to watch one video, and that was it. That plan I destroyed, because when I decided to watch these videos, I also got the idea that I needed to have a guilt-free day where I could do nothing at all. I could do things that I wanted to do, and unless this thing was something I could do, then no, I didn't need to do anything at all. So unless it was something I really wanted to do, and what I really wanted to do the next day was just watching lots of videos. For 6 hours in a row, I watched lots of YouTube videos. This is my addiction, and I am trying to get off it. It's not as easy as you think. 6 hours go in that first day. And I ate a healthy breakfast, which was chocolate and candy. And afterwards I was a little tired because I had not built resistance for this sugar rush yet properly. So this was my only exercise, going to the grocery store and then go back at that day. So I was tired. I tried to lay down on the bed and take a little nap. I couldn't, because I was all over the place. I was like, yay, and such. So I just went back and watched YouTube at my tablet. I was laying flat down and just doing nothing. This would not be good for my back. It turned out that I got in pain by doing this. But I did it anyway because I didn't want to do anything. I didn't do anything rest. I didn't want to do nothing. So this is what I did. 4 hours later, this time a more healthy dinner, which is this. And then the rest of the evening, I didn't do anything at all, besides watching videos, maybe see some social media, but I didn't do anything productive. At 10 p.m, I got the idea, or rather, I had this voice inside my head that, oh, I don't want to do anything, and I will hate to work. So the voice came into my head and said, but you don't need to do anything. Your body is still recovering, and it's still doing its best. So why not skip this and doing nothing the next day? And it took me a little time to convince myself in order to do it. But afterwards, I have been doing it. This was the road that led to disaster. I was just laying down and doing nothing. Tuesday, Wednesday, and I would have even have done that on Thursday if I haven't got a call from my sister if I want to go out and eat. And I said, sure, I would love that. So I bicycled to the train station and got on the train, and I was talking with people for the first time in 3 days. This was great. This helped me. And it also made me feel less lonely. I didn't have concern about it, but then when we were done and I was going home because I had to travel the next day and go to work, I sat in a train and was just thinking, maybe I should do this for the whole week and do nothing at all. So this was what I decided. Friday, Saturday and Sunday I did the exact same, watching videos. And I'm impressed that I couldn't be bored at all. And if I found a new video. But there was something I did different Saturday and Sunday. The weather has been great. I wanted and walk in the nature. This was great, because now I could listen to music and get some exercise. This made me feel good. But afterwards, I just did the usual. Bought some candy and chocolate and did nothing but other stuff. I would just call it as it is. a slog. That is what I like to call it. What did I get out of doing this nothingness? I should be totally relaxed and ready to do my goals now. And then I could conquer my inner demons. Let me tell you the truth. My mental health have taken a toll on me. I didn't feel motivated to do anything. I feel like I was depressed, maybe. I can't tell how it feels like to be that, but it feels like my world was grey and I just didn't want to do anything. The only thing that I wanted to do was just watch more YouTube videos. My body was also feeling like it was had been beaten up. Plus this feeling. Now I have begun to feel guilty. For 1 week I have been doing nothing. I hate to say it, but that's is not a lie for me. Maybe you would love where you doing nothing, but not for me. So I needed to get my life back together. And how did I do that? Well, I used these 3 principles that have helped me. The first one was a mental exercise. Imagine that you inside of your mind you have a lot of browser tabs open. They just go like your Google browser. If you have that and you have all these tabs open, it's hard to concentrate because so many tabs, and where do we focus on that? This is what I would call my dreams. Dreams. All these tabs was dreams I haven't achieved yet and that I wanted to achieve. Here's just the problem. If you have so many dreams at the time, you can't focus. You can't get on to being in your next thing and another. So what can you do in order to be more focused? What I did was writing down all my dreams that I wanted to do. I wanted to do this, then I painfully gave up of many of these dreams. I started with a list of 12 dreams that I wanted to do. When I have been doing this, it was painful for me to begin to do this. Because these were dreams I always wanted. I also knew that if I have these dreams, so after I have deleted them all, I had about three to achieve my goals. This, after some pain and stuff, I felt the clarity and began to work. The second thing I did was keeping myself accountability for my action. How did I do that? Well, before my vacation, I deleted my habit tracker. This was a bad decision for me because that led to me, wow, I don't need to feel pain every time I don't do this thing or that I break this chain. So I downloaded a habit tracker again and wrote down these 6 goals I have. This is 6 things I will do daily in order to achieve my goal. I would have to be honest with myself with this habit tracker, and this will be painful because imagine that you have a habit tracker where you have done thing 7 days in a row and you need to cross off this. You could cheat and just say, I didn't count this. I had decided if I didn't do the task, even if it was a minute behind, I had failed. I have done it, but I haven't been doing these tasks that I would do. This is one of the things, the habit tracker. The second thing I can use this habit tracker is, I can ask myself, why did I fail? So this is what I did. And the third part I did was getting my focus back again. After watching so many YouTube videos, both shorts and long videos, my attention span was fried. Like I needed to build this up again. So what did I do? I had this to-do list and wrote everything down before the evening. And then I will sit down and do only this one task once it was done. Let's say writing for 45 minutes. I will sit down on the computer. No notification, nothing at all that could disturb me. And then I will just write until the words have done that. 45 minutes is the limit for me, where I can't focus anymore. I can probably train it up, but for me it's 45 minutes. Maybe you have higher, maybe you have lower. The principle is find your spot for your focus. How long can you focus? This also helped me because now I could see progress. Wow, I have just wrote 1400 words in the computer. Or I have just been practicing and I can see I have moved. This is something that will help me to move on. And I'm aware of that I am still addicted to YouTube and still addicted to candy, and I meditate daily because this will help me to resist the temptation of eating the candy or hear that voice say, you need to do this, you have to use this. Meditation is something that really helped me. And the other things is forcing myself to focus on one task without distraction. Will this help me in the long run? Yes, I believe so. And if you do some of these things I also have been doing, like deleting your many dreams you have. If you want to have a further explanation, I have a link to a video to show you that. And the second part is making yourself for your action. Have a habit tracker. Be honest with yourself. Did I do this task or did I not do this task? Then reflect on what you are doing. The third part is have focus. Focus on one task until completion. It can be anything: gym, writing, or learning a new skill. Focus on this one task and train your focus up. In a world where focus is one of the most valuable currency, it is important to train this. I will later post how I get to be how I improve my life later on. If you want to see this video, please subscribe to my channel and I will show it in the future. I don't know when yet, but I will show it.